Hello yogis, and welcome to our first video tutorial. In today's video, maybe as you can really see from the title, we will be exploring crow pose. Now, crow pose, it's such a beautiful pose. A lot of time we encounter this pose when we practice in yoga, maybe on a public class. But how many times are our teachers teaching us step to step how to get into our crow pose safely? So the purpose of today's video is to simply guide you through few warm-ups and few steps to get into your crow pose safely into your practice. So let's get started. Right, so in today's practice, we will be starting laying down in our back. So because in crow pose, we really need to activate the core. We really also need to make sure that we are engaging these core muscles before we actually going into our full pose. So let's just find a laying down position. Make sure that your back is flat onto the ground. Now we are going to create pretty much our crow pose, but upside down. So I just want you to extend your arms. Make sure that you can feel your shoulders down to the ground. Flex your palms. And imagine that you want to touch the ceilings. From here, I want you to point your toes towards the front wall. And then slowly and with control, on your next inhale, which is simply gonna guide our right knee almost touching, if not touching, your right elbow. Then from here, remain strong. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna bring the left in, but we're gonna extend the right out. Beautiful. Allow your right heel to be a couple of inches above the floor. Inhale, guide your right in, extend the left out. Beautiful. By now you should start feeling your core engaging. We're going to do this 10 times, a little bit faster. So inhale, extend your right, bring your left in, squeeze it in. Inhale, exhale, guide your right in. Inhale, exhale, bring your left in, extend your right leg. Few more times. At your own pace, just make sure that you breathe in and you're breathing out. Feel your lower back down flat into the ground. Go at your own pace. Just make sure that you're, of course, listening to your breath and you're listening to your body. Beautiful, yogis. And then from here, simply guide both knees closer to your elbows. Now, lift your tailbone a little bit higher so you can round your spine a little bit if it feels comfortable for you today. Slowly, we are just lifting our upper body, touching the elbows to the knees. Couple of times, squeeze it in, out, beautiful, in, out. And if your core is burning, that's what you want to feel a little bit. Yes, because that's where you want to engage the muscles to make sure that we are learning how to hold on once we're getting into this beautiful arm balance. Another 2 of these. And then from here, yogis, just relax. Bring the soles of your feet onto the ground, hands to the ground. Maybe swing your knees side to side. Breathe in and out. Really good. Slowly from here, if you want to cross your feet in front of you, grab the opposite shin, slowly roll to your back, find a comfortable seat. Now, into our crow pose, we also not only need to activate the core, but we really need to start opening our hips. Depending which type of crow pose you want to do, there are 2 variations. One with the knees on the outside of our biceps, and the other one, which I call crane pose. It's the one that you bring in your knees to the armpit, and you're trying to extend your arm super straight while you're gazing forward. So both of these also required a little bit of a hip opening. So we are just gonna transition into our squat, our Malasana yogi squat. Allow your elbows to push the knees away. Try to maintain your spine nice and long, hands to the heart. Slowly we start rocking side to side, just making sure that we're opening this part of our body. Make sure that you might want to also warm up your wrists, considering the fact that all of our body weight will be on our wrists. So what we'll be doing here, we will remaining into our squat position. See if you can bring the weight to the heels. Keep your chest nice and open. Interlace the fingers in front of you, and slowly we are creating some circles. Moving in one direction, and then maybe we're going in the opposite direction. Really nice. Beautiful yogis. Now, we are gonna get into our pose. Of course, this is just a very short video. We could spend hours just talking about crow pose. But the purpose of this video is just to guide you through how to get into your crow pose and maybe squeeze this asana into your practice. So if you want to know a little bit more about crow pose, please make sure that you're sending me a couple of comments. I will be more than happy to read them and see also what you guys are looking at. So feel free to drop me a comment down below. On that note, let's just move on towards the top of our mat. Now, it is really important sometimes to find a balance, and I understand that we might lack in confidence and we are afraid of falling with our face onto the ground. So if you want to assist your pose with some blocks or maybe placing a pillow in front of you, please feel free to do so. If you feel confident, if you feel comfortable, everything will get easier, and that's what you're here for. You want to learn. So we're gonna place the hands same distance as our shoulders. Now we start with the knees on the outside of our biceps. Slowly, I just want you to lift your heels up. Nice. From here, we want to start shifting our weight forward. I want you to feel that core activation, so squeeze the core, keep looking forward. One foot might come up, the other foot might come up as well. Breathe. Keep gazing forward. Elbows almost 90 degrees like chaturanga. Point your toes and guide your heels towards your glutes. Inhale. Exhale slowly, guide yourself back. Beautiful. A little warm up into our wrist again. Make sure that you just get all of that energy and tension away. Really, really good. Maybe you want to rock side to side into your Malasana, your squat. If you feel that this is still too complicated, sometimes what I always suggest to my students is to use blocks. And the reasons why I'm always suggesting them is because myself included, I needed a lot of blocks before. So let's just grab a small block if you need to. What you could do, you could literally step onto your block. Allow your heels to touch and the knees are wide, so really wide apart. Now from here, we're going to do the same thing, but we are a little bit higher, so maybe it gets a little bit easier to move forward. So place your hands again, a couple of inches in front of you. Again, hands are directly underneath your shoulders once you're getting into your pose. Press the knuckles, press the fingers, lift your butt up, shift your weight forward. Maybe one foot comes up, maybe the other foot comes up. See if you can find your balance. And if your head needs to come down, you can bring it down. Make sure that you're also using and assisting yourself with some cushions or a blanket. And then whenever you're ready, just simply come back. Maybe step down on your mat, sit onto your block. And again, a little shake of your hands, a little wrist warm up. Just make sure that all of that energy goes away. Really good. Now from here, yogis, we're going into crane pose. So in our crane pose, it's pretty much the same concept as our crow pose, but what we want to do is to bring the knees in that space, in that little space that we have in our armpit. So same thing, if you want to assist yourself with a block, absolutely feel free to use a block. Otherwise, a gentle exercise that you can do just to find that confidence is to place your hands down, lift your butt up. Now slowly you're shifting your weight forward and then you're coming back. Forward and then you're coming back. And again, shift your weight forward, maybe one foot, the other one comes up and then you're coming back until you can build that trust. You can place a block in front of you, which is quite high and it's good because what we're going to do, we're going to shift our weight forward, touch the block with our forehead, come back. And then again, shifting our weight forward, weighing one foot at a time, touch the block, come back. And you can repeat this exercise as many times as you want. Because at the end of the day, you need to build that confidence before you're getting into this pose safely. Now, allow me just to show you how to get into a full crane pose. Normally in my classes, the way that I ask my students to enter crane pose, it's from Bakasana, our chair pose. So the reasons why I ask my student to enter this pose from here, it's because you start in the way that your body is almost ready to do that arm balance. So we tend to be starting into our Utkatasana chair. Slowly, I'm asking my students to get their bellies to their thighs. Then we're gonna place the hands down to the ground. Slowly, we're lifting the heels, we're shifting the weight forward. We're guiding the knees towards the space in the armpit. One foot comes up, the other foot comes up, and then slowly you start straightening your arms. Keep gazing forward, your heels are moving towards your glutes, pointing them. Inhale, exhale, remain focused. And at a deep inhale, exhale, slowly we come down. Shake your hands. There we go. So I hope that this video tutorial helped you a little bit understanding how crane and crow pose are actually working. And as I said before, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with pillows and cozy things that if you're falling, at least you're falling in a soft way. So thank you so much again for exploring my channel, and thank you so much for all of those people that actually have subscribed to my channel, that are giving me the opportunity to carry on teaching yoga. Now, I hope to see you in class. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for your support. Namaste, yogis.